So, throughout Water for Elephants, it was mostly told as a flashback through a series of memories. So I was wondering how this affected the rest of the story. Right. So I think that the fact that the whole story was told as a flashback, like the part where they're all in the circus, I think it gives you like a different outlook on Jacob's life. Yeah, I also kind of felt like maybe the story wasn't all completely true because of like people tell stories and they get like biased or like changed a little bit over time. Yeah, and like I think just by the fact that he was telling it as memories, it like changed up the story because as he's older, it's like this was his life, and then when he runs off with the circus at the very end of the book, it's like he's reliving that again, and it just gives you a whole different perspective. Perspective on how life in the circus is as told from a circus person. Yeah, I felt more like I was walking through the story too, like as the main character because he told it that way. So it made me feel like I was more in the story experiencing it myself. Yeah, I think part of like what makes you feel that is how it's told in first person. I think that really helps you feel as if it's your story and you're telling it, because obviously it puts you in the story when they're saying, "Let me go, I plead," jerking my head, blah blah blah. Instead of saying like, he says this and she says this, and then it just makes it easier to relate because you feel the emotions that they're feeling. Yeah. Another question I had was, alright, so after Jacob experienced all the terrible things that happened throughout the circus, he started to grow a passion for the circus, and even in the end, he felt like he was at home when he finally went back to the circus. So I was wondering how he got so passionate towards the circus, even though he experienced all the reality of it. I think the fact that he chose to go to the circus on a whim, obviously his parents died, and then he quit college as he's taking his finals. So then he was just he didn't actually end up at the circus on purpose. So I think just the whole coincidence that he ended up there made him feel like it was sort of fate, maybe. Mm-hmm. And then, but at the end, when he went back, he felt like he was finally home. I just think because he spent so much time there, and it was really when he was starting to grow and learn as a person, in real life, that's when he was there. Mm-hmm. So it was all of his experiences as a growing adult are from the circus. Okay, so after dropping out of college, being so close to graduation, and giving up a phenomenal opportunity, was Jacob really relieved to have been offered the job of taking care of the circus animals? I think it was sort of a mixed emotion. Obviously, he just threw his whole life away, and seeing as he was he was basically a college graduate, he just sort of cut out on his exams. But back in this time, that was still pretty rare to actually have your child go to college and get their full education. And so I think obviously everybody knew that he was throwing away all his potential by just running away. Because he had such great opportunities. Yeah, going to vet school at one of the best schools. At an Ivy League school.